What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, first things first, the opinion I'm about to give is the opinion coming from a complete stranger online. Please always be responsible when competing in the markets. So, analyzing potential outcomes for Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And whoever wins this will be undisputed, the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis. So, analyzing potential outcomes because we want to rake in the profits. We want to profit from this situation here. And so, when gamblers are looking at potential outcomes, we have to analyze the tape and we need to really get down to the nitty gritty of what could potentially happen in these bouts. And with regards to Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk, there's a lot of things to talk about. So, when we're looking at potential outcomes, I want to really delve into the sort of intricacies and the detailed outcomes. So, can Tyson Fury win this fight on points? And in my opinion, that is a big ask because Tyson Fury, ironically, is seen as this master boxer. And for sure, he has skills. He is more skilled than the average heavyweight. And Tyson Fury is really a bit of an anomaly in the heavyweight division, historically speaking. Not so much now, but historically speaking, because 6'7" in height, and he has unusual coordination for a 6'7" heavyweight. He has unusual agility, unusual reflexes, unusual stamina, unusual punch output, and unusual ring IQ, coordination, and all of what I've listed above. Tyson Fury comes as a package that has not been seen for a long, long time. And I'm including Lennox Lewis, Vladimir Klitschko, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, George Frazier. Tyson Fury, although I'm not saying he's better than all those heavyweights, he is bringing something different to the table. However, this is not the Tyson Fury of old. People, Tyson Fury has not looked the same for a long, long time. Maybe even since the Tyson Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko fight. Tyson Fury in the past used to be bouncing around on his feet. Tyson Fury used to be using almost a reflex fighter at times. Tyson Fury used to have more coordination than fighters 5 inches shorter than him. But this is not the case nowadays. We are looking at a fighter who used to bounce on his feet and is now planting his feet. And I don't think that's by choice. I think that's by absolute necessity. I don't think Tyson Fury can get on the balls of his feet and move for 12 rounds the way that he used to. I don't think he's as agile as he used to be. His foot speed is a thing of the past. Now, Tyson Fury is still a master boxer in his mind, but I don't think his body can do what it used to do. Now, if you go on to the other side of the play, and that's Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk, in my opinion, has slowed down. I don't think Oleksandr Usyk, we have ever seen the best Oleksandr Usyk at heavyweight. I think the best that you will ever see of Oleksandr Usyk is if you go through his record and pick out fights and watch fights when he was a cruiserweight. I think the best of Oleksandr Usyk was at cruiserweight, but he is still good enough to take himself up to heavyweight, and he's still retained enough of what he used to be to compete at heavyweight, which is quite remarkable. But honestly, for those who don't know, go and watch Oleksandr Usyk at cruiserweight. Go and watch Oleksandr Usyk against the guy that Otto Wallin just beat before he went on to fight Anthony Joshua. His name escapes me. I can't believe that, but there you go. The Russian guy that Oleksandr Usyk faced in the World Boxing Super Series. You go and watch Oleksandr Usyk against all of the top cruiserweights, and you will see that Oleksandr Usyk, I'm going to get his box rec up here. You go and watch Oleksandr Usyk, and you see what he was like at cruiserweight, and you will understand that this is a guy who was better at cruiserweight. Yeah, Gassiev, You watch him against Gassiev. I just got the box rec up now. You go watch him against Gassiev. You go and watch him against Breedis. You go watch him against Bellew. Oleksandr Usyk was better at cruiserweight than he is at heavyweight, but he's still retained enough. And with that, he has superior boxing ability at this stage compared to Tyson Fury. So I don't think Tyson Fury can win on points. I don't think Tyson Fury can win this fight on points. Now, can Tyson Fury win this fight by stoppage? In my opinion, that is where the possibility for him to win the fight exists. Now, Tyson Fury could win the fight on points with multiple knockdowns, but I don't think he can outbox Oleksandr Usyk for 12 rounds. However, if Tyson Fury can make it a really small ring, metaphorically and in actuality getting a small size ring for the fight, then I believe that increases his chance exponentially. I believe Tyson Fury can win this fight by getting a small ring, actually getting a small ring and making the ring small by cutting the distance. I'm not saying it definitely will. I think that's more chance than on points, because if you watch what Tyson Fury did against Steve Cunningham, Cunningham was outboxing Tyson Fury. Cunningham had superior speed to Tyson Fury. He was more agile than Tyson Fury. So if what Tyson Fury did against Cunningham is he made the ring really small and he choked Cunningham into submission. Now his best chance is to do a similar thing against Oleksandr Usyk. I believe that Oleksandr Usyk is more agile than Fury, has more speed than Fury, has more coordination than Fury at this Fury that we have today. So Tyson Fury needs to make it a fight. Oleksandr Usyk needs to make it a boxing match. But I think Tyson Fury's best chance is to win by stoppage. Now, let's look at the other side of the play here with Oleksandr Usyk. I believe Oleksandr Usyk can win on points, and I believe he can win wide on points. But remember, as gamblers, we're not actually betting on what we believe has happened in front of our eyes. We're betting on the outcome. So I could be scoring the fight, and I could score it 118 to 112 Oleksandr Usyk, and the fight could be given to Tyson Fury 115, 114. So we need to keep that in mind. What we think happened in the fight is not reflective on the profits we gain, because at the end of the day, if we think that someone won the fight and that's what we placed our bet on, but the judges give it a different direction, then ultimately it means nothing, because you end up walking away with nothing. You walk away with nothing. You can kick the can along the road and say, yeah, I thought that Usyk won the fight, but if it gets given to Fury, then you've lost all your money. So you do need to keep that in mind. If you're betting on Oleksandr Usyk to win on points, you need to understand that there are certain politics in boxing, and they may go in the favor of Tyson Fury. So you could think that Usyk won it wide and clearly, but it still goes to Fury, or gets given a draw. If it gets given a draw, if it goes to Fury, you lose all your money. So you need to understand that Oleksandr Usyk can win this fight on points. He can win this fight on points. That is a viable option. It's a viable option. Now, Oleksandr Usyk by stoppage is something that I don't think many people are talking about, but I think it's very, very much a possibility. If you look at Tyson Fury's record, if I go on Tyson Fury's box rec here, you can see that Tyson Fury's been down multiple times. And I'm not just talking about the knockdowns against Deontay Wilder. I'm talking about knockdowns against a fighter that goes by the name of Nevin Pikage. Now, Nevin Pikage in this fight, I'm going to have to log into BoxRec, man. Logging into BoxRec on a mobile phone is not always the most pleasant experience, but let me go here. I'm just trying to get the weight of Nevin Pikage, because people are going to think that Oleksandr Usyk's too small. Tyson Fury has created this image of the middleweight. But if we look at the weight of Nevin Pikage, I did log into BoxRec, thankfully. So Nevin Pikage weighed 232 pounds for his bout against Tyson Fury. Is that a big heavyweight? That's not a big heavyweight in these days and times. And he dropped Tyson Fury in that fight. Now, if I look at the other times that Tyson Fury has been dropped, he was dropped by Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder in that first fight came in at 212 pounds. Oleksandr Usyk weighs more than that in his heavyweight bouts. So And the other time that Fury was also dropped by Wilder again, and he was also dropped by Francis Ngannou. But he was also dropped against Steve Cunningham, and Steve Cunningham in that fight weighed 210 pounds. So Tyson Fury is being dropped by fighters who have been weighing under 220 before. So what's to say that Oleksandr Usyk can't put him on the floor? I think Oleksandr Usyk can put Fury on the floor, and I do believe that there is a chance, and you cannot rule out the possibility of Oleksandr Usyk getting a stoppage win against this version of Fury, who is more static, who is more hittable, whose punch resistance is not going to be better than when he got dropped by Nevin Pikage all those years ago, or Steve Cunningham. His punch resistance is probably not going to be any better now. It's possibly quite probably worse. So I believe that Tyson Fury losing by stoppage to Oleksandr Usyk is a viable option. But if I was to look at all the different options and say which is the most likely options for both fighters to win this fight, I would be saying that Tyson Fury's best option to win the fight and the most likely outcome is by a stoppage, in my opinion. I believe Tyson Fury would have to win by stoppage, most likely to win the fight. But I'm not ruling out the possibility of Tyson Fury making it the distance and winning a controversial decision that most people think he lost. But I would say that Tyson Fury, his best bet is by knockout. Oleksandr Usyk has two options here. I believe Oleksandr Usyk has the potential to win widely on points, but I also think that Oleksandr Usyk has the potential to stop Tyson Fury, and that's something that nobody is talking about. So that is my thoughts with regards to the outcomes for Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. Let me know what you think about this as well. I'd be interested to know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video, and I'll see you on the next video.